So what's up, fellas? How we doing?
Been a long time, guys.
Should have left you without a dope beat to start.
Oh shit, dude!
Timbaland, man.
Even though that's Timbaland, it reminded me. Shock G from Digital Underground died this week.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
Rest in peace to Shock G. What's that movie, Cody? I feel like you'll know it. It's on the tip of my tongue with Chevy Chase and John Candy and Digital Underground. It's like a horror house movie.
Oh,
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah. Fuck.
Old 90s comedy.
Yeah.
I think Demi Moore is in it.
Is it called Nothing But Trouble?
There we go. Yeah, Nothing But Trouble.
Yes. Nothing But Trouble is
Dude, that
so
movie's
good.
awesome.
So good.
I love it.
I've never heard of it or seen
Is it John Candy? I thought it was Dan
yeah.
Aykroyd.
It's Chevy Chase,
Oh,
Dan
you're right,
Aykroyd,
Dan
John
Aykroyd.
Candy.
Oh, I knew John Candy was in it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
both
a great
in it.
movie.
I remember I saw that when I was really young with my family. I just distinctly remember that watching in my living room when I was like, what, 6 or 7?
Every time we talk, you guys like talk about a movie that it never existed in my reality, and I'm just like, where do all these movies fucking come from? There's just an endless
Supply of movies Anthony has never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even I'm saying I've never even heard of this movie. Like I know I know all these actors. Like it's just crazy. I've never heard of this.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
I know our boy Jared Richardson knows of it because he loves it, that movie.
Yeah. I actually didn't know about it until I moved to West Virginia, and all my West Virginia homies made me watch it.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, it's an old comedy. And for some reason, Digital Underground, I think even when Tupac was still a part of it, is in that movie.
Yeah.
Because that's where Tupac started as a dancer for Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. The Humpty Dance, dog. The Humpty Dance is a chance doing the hump.
Do the Humpty Hump.
Do the Humpty Hump. There we go. So
That's the only line I know.
R.I.P. Shock G.
R.I.P. Shock G.
Yeah, we're here. We're here for Shock G. But we're also here for other heroes.
Ooh.
Namely,
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, wait. Yeah, this is, if they're listening, they know spoilers. I think you mean Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
You is right. For those of you tuning in, as always, this is Comics and Chronic. I am Jake FH. With me are Anthony Iannaccio and Cody Walaka Cannon. We are doing the season finale of The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it was incredible.
Incredible.
Was it incredible?
Oh, whoa.
No, I liked it. I thought episode 5 was better though. That's all.
Oh, see, I disagree.
I disagree also. I think episode 6 is better.
Ooh, starting off like this. Okay.
Starting off spicy.
That's gonna make it seem like I didn't like this episode,
No, well,
which I did.
I think we know you didn't. So
Anthony said, release the Snyder Cut.
wait, so I gotta ask, why do you like episode 5 better?
I don't know. This episode felt like jumbled. Like I know people complained a little bit about that for episode 5.
Yeah,
but
I thought
just,
5 was jumbled towards the end with like the 8 different montages.
This felt like it had like 8 different endings, and not some of them were satisfying, but not all of them. But again, this is sounding like I didn't like it, but I really did. So
This just in, Anthony hates the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the whole series.
I agree. There were there were probably just as many endings in this episode, but I liked them better than the multiple endings in the 5th episode.
Yeah.
like for instance, like maybe this is a weird thing to harp on, but I didn't like Bucky's ending didn't feel satisfying. Like I wanted to see more of a conversation with that guy when he revealed he killed his son.
Dude,
you know?
right? What was that dude's reaction? Because they didn't.
He's just like,
yo,
get out of my
murdered
apartment,
your son.
dude.
Peace.
Yeah.
And then Bucky's like, I finally came to terms with myself. Like,
Yeah.
Look at me, Doc. I'm cured.
Also, so Bucky
Literally.
walks away and he peeks in the restaurant, and that girl he liked was talking to the old man whose son he killed.
Yeah. But the old man doesn't even look up or acknowledge anything.
Or like, are we to
Yeah.
believe that old man didn't tell that girl, like, yo, by the way, remember that dude? He like came to me last night and told me he murdered my son.
Yeah.
And then
right.
she just looks up and looks at Bucky, and he goes, all right. Like,
That's the kind of guy I'm looking for.
like I agree. That was kind of weird. There was almost like, I don't know. Dude, Bucky was in a rush to get back to Sam's sister to be those kids' stepdaddy. He clearly wants her.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He
that
doesn't have
barbecue
time
scene.
for
I
apologies.
liked the barbecue
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, that was cool.
I liked it. It was very Disney family-ish, you know?
Barbecue.
It was like, those sons of bitches.
But I liked also like the whole story behind like Sam like rebuilding the boat with his sister. At the same time, he's like, you know, fixing the ship, and
He's fixing his family.
He's becoming the captain.
Yeah. Ugh. That's too much. That's too Disney for me.
But you guys, I mean, I do have gripes with this episode.
Damn, dog, I thought we were going to be hyped about it like Mortal Kombat. I was.
No, there's.
I'm hyped.
This
Don't get me
episode
wrong. I thought
crushed
it was sick, but I don't know. The whole like with everything that's been going on in the world as far as socio-politically, and my only major gripe with it is everything going on in the world socio-politically, and everyone like the whole Band-Aid and symbolism and stuff, and people talking about how like that whole speech Sam gave about how like these people have the power to solve world's problems, and then Disney being the like force behind making that scene when they're like one of the most powerful entities on the planet. I was just like I was just like, you know what I mean? It felt
it rang hollow for you, basically.
Yeah, it just felt a little propaganda.
I liked his speech, but I do get your point, Cody.
In all honesty,
no, I liked.
No, it was a great speech, but I get your point, Cody. Yeah. It's not about the content of the speech. It's like, okay, it's a great speech, but look who it's coming from. Like Disney is like part of that.
The evil
part of that
cog in the machine.
But I'd say the writers and the director aren't part of that. So I'll give them credit for that speech. You know what I mean?
I agree. And so this show's writer's room, I read a really cool article. It was predominantly black, all the writers in the room. So I agree with what you're saying, but no, I thought it was coming from the writers who can actually speak to those things, which is why I think the speech hits so strong. Because it's like, the speech itself is not coming from some CEO of massive corporation. It's coming from black writers who can speak on black experiences and make it relatable to a mainstream audience, which like, dude, like even going back to, what was it, the 4th episode when Falcon talks with Isaiah Bradley, that's honestly, I think one of the most powerful scenes in television.
In the series. Oh, yeah.
Definitely in the series, but like, dude, I was like, oh shit, this is almost like not that Disney. This is kind of like serious.
Yeah, I love that a lot. And I love that Isaiah Bradley is actually part of this series.
Yeah, exactly. He's canon now in the MCU.
Sick. It was
and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him either.
Well, his son is going to be, or his grandson's going to be the Patriot.
Yeah.
In the comics. Well, that's cool. The grandson even says to the Falcon, so where are we going next? Yeah. In this episode. And I was like, little boy, you haven't even earned these wings yet, dog. You can't tell me, Captain America, where we're going.
You've had like 10 lines in this entire show.
Also,
Calm
you can
down,
barely play basketball from what I saw. There's no way I'm taking you to fight with me. Dude, I don't know. I just want to speak to like, that costume was fire.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I said in the other episode, I had seen the toy and I guess I was hoping it was that one, and it was.
Dude,
and it's
his
awesome.
Captain America Falcon costume was straight fire. Also, I would say one of the most accurate interpretations from the page to the screen.
Yes. And guess who did that? He didn't draw it. I'm sorry, but it was in a Rick Remender comic where Falcon becomes Cap and he has that suit. So
nice.
I think that's pretty cool.
Rick Remender.
Yeah,
always doing crazy shit. Our boy who has yet to come on our show, despite us mentioning him 80 times.
But also meaning if you want to see how it plays out in the comics, you want to read his Cap run going into his Falcon Cap run or Sam Cap run. I'm sorry.
Also, you can check out Rodney Barnes' run on Falcon.
Yes, and it felt a little bit inspired by that too, to be honest.
Nice.
Like that speech sounds like a speech or just a talk Sam would give to Patriot in Rodney Barnes' Falcon run. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, also Sam was pulling off, it was funny, I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook, 3 days ago I posted an article which I thought was hilarious, and the title was "Time to Acknowledge the Fact That Sam Wilson Can't Fight." And, and it goes over all the points in the MCU where Sam fights, and like when they showed it, I was like, oh, you're right, Sam kind of gets his ass kicked in every fight.
Yeah, didn't Ant-Man kick his ass?
Exactly, Ant-Man kicked his ass. Rumlow in Civil War kicks his ass. We saw John Walker rip his wings off. Like, so So yeah, it's time to acknowledge the fact that Sam Wilson can't fight. But then this episode, he was pulling out some combos.
Yeah, he was. Well, we saw him training in the last episode, so we knew he was going to level up.
I like that one training montage automatically makes you like the sickest.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Dude, I loved his fight with Bartok.
Batroc.
Bartok,
the father of Goku.
I do too.
No, yeah, that was a great
That was
fight.
a cool
Batroc.
fight.
Dude, I love
Cody's high.
Here we go. This is once Cody starts to slow down, you can almost see the cogs like.
I loved. I did not. I guess everyone saw it coming except for me. But Agent Carter being the power broker.
In the 5th episode, I put it together that she was the power broker because there's a part where she's on the cell phone and she makes some kind of threatening call, and I think it was like to Carly or something. So then I was like, dude, she's the power broker. And then I was like, when I saw this,
it seemed kind of obvious, but it seemed too obvious. And I guess we were so like, everyone's always trying to make a theory. So it's like, oh, it can't be her because that's like right in our face.
So also I got to ask, like,
but apparently, wait, Cody, you said you didn't feel like it was in our face with that.
I was just, I think I cared so little about the power broker. I was so like wrapped up in everything else. I kept forgetting about the power broker. And then when it happened, I was like, oh, that's a thing. And I was like, I just thought that was going to be like something mentioned and then just like left. I didn't know we were going to find out about the power broker in this series.
Did you guys watch the post-credit scene with her?
Yeah,
of course.
Okay, so I thought in the comics, like, she's good all the way through. It seems like what? Now she's a villain?
I have a theory. I mean, I think she's a Skrull because of that. Why?
Yeah, why?
Because when we see John Walker finally get his U.S. agent outfit, and he's talking to Valentina Contessa, and she's like, we're not going to need a Captain America. Don't worry. Or I think that's the line. I don't know what her exact line is.
Yeah, she's like, the world's crazy and it's about to get crazier. And we're not going to need a Captain America. We're going to need a U.S. agent.
Right. So I don't know what that can mean, but my theory is that based on that Agent Carter little thing, why is she now is like in a seat of power. She has all these secrets. Who is she talking to that she has these secrets? Is she going to is she the Skrull queen or is she like the Skrull someone? I feel like she could be the Skrull queen, how Spider-Woman turns out to be the queen in the comics.
Okay.
And if she has all these secrets,
prototype weapons, she said she wanted.
Right. And they're doing this secret invasion and Steve Rogers is somewhere as a Skrull. Why would people trust certain Avengers if we later find out they were Skrull? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would make sense, but her being evil doesn't make sense to me straight up.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, oh, okay. Like, why is she going evil?
My roommate, Nick, who seems, he's pretty knowledgeable about this stuff. He said that Agent 13 kind of flops in the series between good and evil. Like she's kind of like Black Widow.
Like she double crosses all the time, kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like similar.
I
how
could
like
see that.
Oh, I always thought Sharon Carter was like straight up just good.
Yeah, so maybe I just don't know enough about the character, but that's why I think she might secretly be a Skrull.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I agree with you that she's a Skrull.
Well, so then here's the thing: why do we think she's a Skrull when all we've seen from Captain Marvel and Spider-Man is that the Skrulls are almost like this benevolent race of good people who like need refugee, unless that's all an act and then they're going to turn on humanity and be like, wow, we are the Skrulls.
I don't think that. I think they're just trying to make the Skrulls more nuanced where, there are people, some of them are going to be good and some of them are going to want power and, not all humans are necessarily evil and warmongering.
True, very true. I agree because I see when Captain Marvel came out, I hated the fact that they were like, we're just like weak, innocent Skrulls. And I'm like, dude, what?
Right.
Like in the comics, you guys are like, like the master alien race,
Right.
Yeah.
In a weird way, it's almost like Marvel Comics made us racist towards Skrulls, and the movies are like, no, Skrulls could be just like anybody else. They're not just evil aliens who want to take over and destroy Earth. I feel like MCU is just trying to make the Skrulls a bit more nuanced, but they have nothing to do with this series. I'm just thinking, okay, Secret Invasion is coming. It's going to involve Skrulls. It's going to involve Sam Jackson. They brought in Valentina Contessa, who's heavily involved with Nick Fury. and she's recruiting a team. You said Dark Avengers, that's still possible.
I think it's still very possible.
John Walker felt like he had a face turn to me, and I liked him now. Like, you know, I like him a lot more now.
I hated his face.
He earned it back.
What?
He earned it back for me.
I agree, man. That's funny. My friend said the same thing as you, Cody. Why? I don't know. I think John Walker is one of, so far in the span of 6 episodes, he's one of the most developed characters now on the show.
Yeah,
I agree, but I kind of wish he had a more villainous turn.
No, I think he already.
but that's not who he is.
That's not who
what I'm
he is.
saying.
He's not. I agree. He's not 100% good. He's not 100% bad. He's just like a conflicted human being.
Yeah. And he just has like an anger streak.
He has an anger streak. And dude, like,
yeah.
I really liked during the fight, he like can chase Carly or looks over at the truck full of hostages, and you could tell he's just like, I honestly thought they were going to do when Lamar said, like, you consistently make the right choices in battle. Like, hear that? But that's what I thought when I watched it. And he made the right choice, and he tries to go save the hostages.
Yeah.
And then he helps Bucky and Sam track down the rest of the, like, I don't know. I was like, all right, man. I was like, he earned it. Like,
you think since he killed the guy, like, there's no coming back from that?
Well, I just kind of, I wish,
who cares?
I kind of feel like, yes, he had a turn in character, but there was like no repercussions to him breaking the, like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't supposed to be acting as Captain America. He had, you know what I mean? Like, his turn to evil was just like, oh, I'm good now, and everyone's gonna forgive me for being a piece of shit an episode ago.
I get what you're saying, but I didn't take it that way just because we saw him get like discharged basically, and he's like, fuck you, and he's kind of, it didn't seem like they were happy with it at all, even though he kind of got off scot-free. But
well, I think they were like, okay, this is what I also probably happened like behind the scenes on. I think what, if anything, realistically, what would have happened is like, yeah, that happened. They're probably like, dude, we told you not to put on the suit. What the fuck? And then Sam and Bucky were like, yo, he actually kind of stepped in and helped us. Like, let him go, you know? Because they got Sharon Carter apart, and I'm sure they can get John Walker.
I like that nobody knows Sharon Carter's the power broker. Like, all of those ends got closed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also, dude, I'm not going to lie. I am very happy that Carly died.
Me too.
I didn't like her.
Yeah, you called that. You guys called that.
Also, dude, I love the scene where like she's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna kill them anyways," and even her own crew like look at her and they're like, "Dude, what?"
Right.
And she's like, "One planet, one people," and like none of them say it, and you see her get pissed. Like, dude, Zemo was right about her to the T.
Yeah. And I like that Zemo's butler.
Dude, yeah, Zemo's butler blew up the rest of the super soldiers. Dude, I love when he's in the raft and you see him. And he's just saying he like hears that on the radio. He's just like like lays back.
Yeah.
Other than a good day's work.
I was really hoping for a zoom out to see who else was in the raft, but I guess not this time.
Dude, I'm looking forward to, because I feel like the whole raft thing is building up towards Siege.
They said it a lot in this movie, the raft,
or like a breakout like of the actual raft.
Isn't that what Siege is?
No,
Siege is they invade Asgard.
Yeah, it's like Dark Avengers invading Asgard.
Isn't there one where isn't there a breakout?
Yeah, that's like the beginning of like Brian Bendis's run on the Avengers.
Yeah.
Or the new Avengers. Yeah, like they break out but in the bottom of the raft is Sentry. So maybe Sentry's in there somewhere, but you guys don't like him, right?
I just think he's a one-note character. He shouldn't.
You don't think he should be in the MCU at all?
Oh, fine, put him in, but I don't want to see him past like 1 or 2 movies. Like, I'm down for him to die.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, of course.
I don't think he's that compelling of a character.
More heroes
I agree.
need to die.
More heroes.
I
need
agree.
to die.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that is like. I mean, I'll give it to
too.
both DC and Marvel. That's just the one flaw with mainstream comic book heroes is that heroes need to die and they need to not come back.
Right.
I think it makes for more stakes. And even though they're completely 2 different things, but I think that's why shows like the good shows on HBO, like when when Eddard Stark died, everyone is like, whoa, the hero of the show just died?
Yeah.
And like the show kept like, dude, things like that. I want there to be stakes. I want heroes to die and people to be like, fuck.
Yeah, that's what they were going for with the Ultimate line, and then they just fucked it up.
I never read that.
But I love the Ultimate line. Did you?
I love the Ultimate line too, but then when an ultimatum happened.
Oh, that was just
Edgelord
a shit show. Yeah, an edgelord shit show. Literal tidal wave of shit.
Yeah.
I never read it.
But like in the beginning with like Mark Millar and that take on it, that was really fun and different.
Whoa, is that how you pronounce it? Millar? I thought it was Mark Miller.
I thought it was Mark Miller too.
For the longest time I did, but it's spelt Millar.
I know, but
It's
I feel
like
things are still like.
He's also like, I think he's Scottish or British.
Pillar is spelled Pillar. Is it Pilar?
I've just heard when I've heard people say it out loud, that's how they were saying it.
Where did you hear? Where are these people though? Was it the Bronx? Because once again,
no, yeah, it was in the Bronx. It's like, yeah, I was reading that Mark Millar comic. I was getting a slice of pizza. Mark Millar walks in. He's like, hey guys, have you read Wanted? I'm like, fuck you, I haven't read Wanted.
I'm like, he's like, hey, have you ever read Wanted? I was like, whatever.
Yeah, we talk like Liam Lynch down in the Bronx.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought Carly was a good character, but I was like, yeah, this chick needs to die.
She became too corrupted to save, I guess.
Dude, I mean, that's what the serum does
well,
to you.
it was just cool getting the, I want to just, again, it was cool. Sharon Carter closing all of those stores. It also made Sharon look like an absolute hero to everyone except for the viewers. You know what I mean? Because she saved Captain Falcon's life, or Captain Falcon. Captain
Falcon.
Oh wait, here's another thing. Why is Sharon? Why does Sharon not want any of these superpowered individuals on the out there? Like, why is she so concerned with them being out there?
What do you mean? I disagree. She does want them.
Yeah, that's why she gave them the vials.
That's why she gave them. Remember, the power broker had the serum made.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, what's her like reasoning for that then? Let's try to figure out what Sharon's plan is
to make it seems like if she's doing that,
just create chaos,
create like her own army. I feel like, because didn't they say that Carly and her crew was like her personal bodyguard until Carly like went and did her own thing and brought them with her?
Yeah.
When they were telling us in the sense that they were talking about the power broker.
Yes.
And then now that we know, oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because Carly used to work for the power broker.
Right. And now that we know it was Sharon, every time she was getting those calls.
Exactly.
But I'm saying I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so going back, why
Sharon
she
just really? Oh, okay. Forget about my whole Skrull thing then. Forget about Skrull thing.
I
take it back.
What if Sharon and Julie Louis-Dreyfus' character are working in tandem together?
That makes sense. But then also, okay, I'm going back to Sam's speech where he's saying you're making people around the world mad. Like, this is how they're responding to you.
Oh, like she's one of them.
Sharon is trying to bring down, I guess, America in that sense, but in the world, like, is she Hydra? Did she could that be a thing?
That would
because
be a
you're going
sick
back,
reveal.
Because if you're saying she's working with Contessa and she's Madam Hydra, there's something going on there, maybe.
Oh, that'd be a cool thing, like Hydra's back.
Right. I feel like Skrull is too much of a leap, but Hydra makes a little more sense.
Well, so my question is, after constantly they've done Hydra a lot in the Marvel universe. Do you think are they going to keep doing it? Like, is that something they could just, you know what I mean? Like, does it get too repetitive for creatively to keep doing Hydra? Like, it's always Hydra again. It's always Hydra. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, we know now they're making a Captain America 4. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They announced that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be Sam. And they also said Steve Rogers, Chris Evans is coming back as Steve Rogers, not just for one thing that they already announced, but another project that might be this.
But in what capacity? Is it old man Steve Rogers just giving a speech? Is it, you know what I mean?
He could be literally in the star of his own movie or his own series.
Shit. Yeah.
It could be a memory too. Exactly. I don't think it's just a cameo. They made it seem like it could be more than that.
That'd be cool.
So if they're still doing Hydra, you've already touched on it. Secret Empire. That's a big possibility.
Yeah.
In the sense that we get Hydra Steve or Hydra Cap in some way. That's Sam's big bad. Because in the Secret Empire thing, it is Steve Rogers, but it's like not him. Like, it eventually is a separate, like, basically a copy of him, but who was just raised by like Hydra Nazis.
Oh, like they cloned Steve Rogers?
Not necessarily. It has something to do with the cosmic cube and a bunch of weird shenanigans like that.
Yeah, but I remember when that's the thing with comic books. The stakes are never there. Because I remember when they announced that Steve was Hydra, it took no time for them to like just smear over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the same time, that pissed off pretty much everybody because you're saying the symbol of America is now a Nazi.
Yeah.
So that did not make pretty much anyone happy. As a story thing, I found it interesting because it's like, where are they going with this? Knowing like what you're saying, Cody, the status quo will get reset by the end of this run. So I wasn't that angry in that sense, but I don't know. At the end of the day, Secret Empire is just kind of like whatever point it was trying to prove, I don't think it did.
Yeah.
It's just like, Steve Rogers is now Hydra Cap, and now he's not.
Yeah.
And now Sam's not even Cap either. I don't know. Like they did. That's why I don't really. I was trying to bring it up with Rodney because he had to write literally. It was Secret Empire. Once it was done, Sam wasn't Cap anymore, and then he has his own Falcon series. And it's just kind of like that. It's just, oh, okay, you're not Cap anymore. Now Steve Rogers, like, I really thought like he was like Cap for like a year, maybe less. I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Should have kept going.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll make him Cap again because he is in the movies, but
who make
I don't know.
Captain America? Steve Rogers?
They'll make Sam Cap again in the comics because he's still Falcon in the comics.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You're supposed to know, Jake.
I'm not really like, I don't know that much about that part of Marvel as far as him being Captain America.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't really have a long tenure as Cap. So I hope with the movies is what I'm saying. Like, I hope they like give him some,
I agree.
Time to shine.
His own trilogy. And it'd be cool to see him like lead the Avengers, like a black leader of the Avengers,
Right.
That's
because there is like a Captain America and the Mighty Avengers run, and he's Cap and he's running it, but literally at the same time the world is ending, so like he really doesn't have much to do.
Yeah.
It's a mess. There, sometimes stories that should have been something else are like caught up in the continuity of everything that's happening.
I think with comic books in general, it's a lot of hit or miss. I would say your average run on any comic is probably more miss, but like the ones that stand out are like the exceptions to the things. Like,
absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like they're the ones that make the medium like whoa, like we've talked about like Watchmen or fucking Dark Knight Returns, shit like that.
And in between's a lot of fluff.
And in between's a lot of fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter. I am really excited to see where they go with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character.
Same.
I just want to see what she's up to. I don't know how much
she's assembling a crew. We could see that much is already starting. So where she pops up next will be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, I know. We know.
Where?
This is easy. Black Widow. She's going to recruit Yelena, whoever the other Black Widow is.
The sister? Her sister?
Yeah, because she's going to be the new Black Widow.
What's her name from Midsommar?
Yeah, Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
So I guarantee we see her in the post credits of that movie or some point in the movie.
Really? That's interesting.
And especially because they did so many shenanigans where Black Widow was supposed to come out, and it was because we were probably going to have all the other shows before. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my, my theory right now.
What are you laughing at, Cody?
You're yawning.
I'm just yawning because I'm high.
I'm putting Jake to sleep. That's what this episode is about.
No, I'm just high as fuck.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
No, Black Widow. I'm hyped for Black Widow. I'm excited that we get a little breather from Marvel, even if it is only for like 6-7 weeks, whatever.
Yeah. And then we get Loki, right?
Yep.
Loki, yeah,
which I'm hype for.
I'm cool to see what they do with that story-wise.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Loki pre-death? I hope they're not bringing him back.
No, it's alternate. We already know who it is. It's alternate timeline Loki. The trailer showed us.
Oh, really? I honestly didn't watch the trailer.
Oh, shit. Well, we'll check it out. You'll get your answer real quick.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Owen Wilson, I cannot figure out who he is, and I don't want to say
Mephisto!
Confirmed! Thank you for saying it. I didn't want to be the one to say it. But really, he could be.
Because think about this. Owen Wilson, the letter W is in it, but if you flip the W, it's an M for Mephisto.
Oh my God.
That's what it was like hearing Mephisto theories all throughout WandaVision.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the other day I took a piss and it splattered on the floor, but it looked like it was in the shape of a devil. And I had just watched Wanda. Like, shut the fuck up. No one's doing Mephisto.
What did you guys think was better, motherfucking WandaVision or Falcon Winter Soldier?
Good question. They're two totally different shows, but I've decided, like yesterday, Falcon Winter Soldier is better.
Same.
I'm going with WandaVision.
You would.
I knew you would.
Why did you know I would? What?
I just had a
feeling. You're a bitch.
I had a feeling. I knew in my heart of hearts Jake was going to pick Falcon. I already knew that. And
no, I debated it for a while, but Falcon Winter Soldier episode for episode was stronger than episode for episode of WandaVision.
So stronger.
Story-wise,
I disagree there.
Story-wise, and especially setting up the MCU, I felt it was stronger. It added more to the overall MCU than WandaVision did.
Plus,
I could agree there for sure.
plus, motherfucking WandaVision didn't have Zemo.
I mean, for me, WandaVision felt like a more cohesive show, a more cohesive story, even though that wasn't, completely a tie point. But at the same time, Falcon and Winter Soldier wasn't even much of a show. And this isn't me shitting on it. It was just kind of like a long movie.
Okay.
That was the problem. Like, once people started pointing it out and I was looking at it a little more, I'm like, okay, I see. Like, it's very all over the place in the sense of like how it's paced, and like one scene to the next could be kind of like very jarring. Like, it fits more of like a movie, and even then it's still not, a movie. So it's kind of hard to judge in that sense, because it didn't feel like a TV show in any real way, except that it was cut up into like 6 different parts, And that doesn't make it bad to me. It just, that's how it felt.
I think it took longer for me to like WandaVision than it did for me to like Falcon Winter Soldier.
Oh, episode 1 of Falcon.
Okay.
I also feel, honestly, like there's a little more, especially with parts. I don't know. I think there's a little more depth to Falcon Winter Soldier than there was WandaVision, especially in regards to things like Isaiah Bradley, to Sam being reluctant to take the shield. But like there's more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish it was more of that, to be honest.
Yeah. The whole conversation was
more grounded in reality, which I know WandaVision literally was not grounded in reality.
Mm-hmm.
It was grounded in her own warped reality. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know.
I like both shows a lot, and for different reasons. But if you asked, I had to put WandaVision before Falcon Winter Soldier, but I really liked both.
Cody, what's your take?
I liked Falcon Winter Soldier more.
Okay.
Falcon Winter Soldier was just a little more in. I love fantasy and I love sci-fi, but Falcon Winter Soldier, aside from like being really cool and having a good political commentary and everything, it's very much it's like it's a combination of a buddy cop show.
Totally. It felt like an 80s, 90s buddy cop show, which I liked.
And it felt kind of like at times like a Bond movie or something like that too.
Yes,
both.
That's a good,
like spy thriller.
Yeah, like espionage type shit.
Exactly. And so like that alone, it really like brought back a sense of nostalgia in a different way. Like WandaVision was like out there, like the setting was nostalgia, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where with this one, it just like reminded me of things like Lethal Weapon, and like,
totally.
The espionage movies from the 90s, and like it was just like really, but it had this like incredible with the whole refugees and like the political like the American commentary with racism, and like, it was just like so much. It just felt, it was just better for me. And I'm not saying I loved WandaVision. I thought it was incredible.
No, I totally get your point.
Yeah.
I really would have liked to see a flashback of Isaiah Bradley fighting Winter Soldier.
Yeah, dude, I agree. They should have given us that.
They teased us with that little snippet.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
I was like, who knows? Maybe even in like future seasons of this or whatever, if they do have like Isaiah.
I think they're doing a season 2. It seemed like
I'm
said.
sure. Like,
Disney, I thought they weren't.
It seemed like WandaVision, probably not, but they did not take a season 2 of this off the table.
That's
let's
true,
say that.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was more of Captain, instead of season 2, they were just doing Captain America.
I mean, maybe because they just announced that yesterday, that is the plan, and because it's so new, that's all we know. But I'm hoping for a season 2, because I think Bucky still has a story to tell, even though I didn't realize, like, I like Bucky a lot more because of this show.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
For sure.
This show made me like him a lot.
Yeah,
now that he's gotten over his shit for the most part, maybe we could see his character grow even more.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have to be as brooding and.
Yeah. Something they could do from the comics, which I don't know if it's a step backwards, but he does, or maybe this actually might fit because he fits the role. He could lead the Thunderbolts because he does it at some point.
Ooh.
That would be sick.
And he fits,
Yeah.
He's still dark enough to be like, him and Zemo together. I'd watch that.
That'd be cool,
that's a team that tracks.
Dude, Zemo is probably the coolest villain in the MCU right now.
That's true. And I would say the one thing that Marvel Cinematic Universe has always gotten flack for literally the majority of their movies, I would say almost up until Thanos, was that their villains are super like throwaway and one note.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
in every like person's arc, Red Skull,
Like Red Skull.
fucking what's his name?
Every Iron Man villain.
Sorry, there we go. Every Iron Man villain,
Except
the Dark
Justin
Elves,
Hammer, he's cool.
The Dark Elves. Justin Hammer was cool, but that's because he was just like a dick.
Yeah, but that was his character, so it worked.
No, but I agree. I actually do like Justin Hammer.
But I get your points.
But
yeah,
you know what I'm
even
saying? Like, they're
yeah.
all just like Caecilius and Doctor Strange too. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah. Oh, he was dumb.
All those kind
and
of
that's such a
villains.
waste of Mads Mikkelsen, man.
Who is a beast of an actor. They should have kept him for something better. I think because Idris Elba is such a great actor, I would much rather him be something else than just Heimdall.
It's same thing. Yep.
Like, why?
But when the MCU was starting out, you had no idea.
I don't even think they
had
had any idea. And then like they were just like, oh shit. So I think that's why like now I don't know. They're getting like quality Dude, Julia Louis-Dreyfus showing up in a Marvel, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, was not expecting that.
Also, dude, I don't know if you guys ever knew this. I'm sure you did. But what I always liked, and it blew my mind, in Thor Ragnarok, right in the beginning of the movie when Thor comes back from Surtur's place and they're showing that Loki play and it's Matt Damon as Loki.
Yes.
I love that. Like,
yeah. And he's coming back.
Is he?
And Sam Neill as Odin.
Wait, really? They're actually going to be back in?
In Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Wow,
and
that's
they said that
hilarious.
Russell Crowe is playing Zeus.
I saw that. Russell Crowe. That's what I mean. He's like...
That's fucking awesome. You know what that means? If they're introducing the Greek gods, we could get fucking
Ares, yeah.
And Hercules, yeah. But I'm more excited for Ares.
Who's Ares in
He was on the Dark
He's
Avengers.
on the Dark Avengers.
That's when he pops up. Norman Osborn recruits Ares.
the god of war.
He's literally the god of war.
No, but who is his like counter to?
That's true. Yeah, who is his counter?
The Avengers.
Hercules.
Okay, cool.
So
yeah, because the Greek gods.
I'm actually so with that. I don't really care for like.
Or Thor. Thor could fight him easily.
I like when. So who do you like better, Ares from Marvel or Ares from DC?
Ares from Marvel.
Okay.
Ares from DC.
Yeah, I was about to say Ares from DC also.
I like him as a Wonder Woman villain, and there are so many characters that I prefer the Marvel iteration, but Ares from DC by a landslide.
Really? What don't you like about the Marvel one?
Honestly,
I don't like his costume,
like
quite frankly.
Yeah, his costume.
Yeah.
I'm just like not as into the Greek characters in Marvel as I am as like a part of the Wonder Woman and New God. Like, it's just like...
I think the Greek gods work better in the DC universe.
Yes.
I mean, I would agree with that. Yeah, in Marvel, he's more of like a beer swilling kind of asshole kind of person. But it's cool because Ares also has his son Phobos, who's the god of fear, who's on like Nick Fury's Secret Warriors, and they do some cool stuff with that.
Who are they? See, there's... Marvel almost has these like too many small obscure characters that I don't care about, and I find myself.
But they'll come to the movies though. They will. It's just that's like, where the story is.
Just like some of them I just don't give a fuck about.
Who do you care the least about?
Mephisto.
Oh,
really? You don't
like Mephisto?
Yeah, they can do cool
Mephisto
stuff with
as
him.
a villain. I love.
There's
Mephisto
certain characters who are like I think are done. There's certain kinds of things that are done better, in my opinion, in like DC than Marvel. And I feel like a lot, honestly, when it comes to things like the devil and the Greek gods and shit, I think like that whole mythology for me, other than like Thor and Odin and all that shit, works better in DC to me.
Oh, I feel like Marvel crushes with the Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Right.
I said the Greek
like,
gods and.
Yeah,
but DC is way better with
DC's way better with
the
hell.
Mystical dark
stuff.
It
has Etrigan, it has John Constantine, it has Sandman, which is DC Universe.
Zatanna, Blue Devil.
Yeah. So for me, like
Phantom Stranger.
There we go. I mean, look,
Spectre.
you're just helping me out, dog.
Dude, I do love Mephisto though, man. Mephisto's I like Mephisto a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's also
I'm glad for him to come to the MCU.
He's also like a big he like every time he pops up it's like a big deal. You know what I mean? Like things are happening if Mephisto's.
Yeah, that's why I like him being included if they're eventually going to include him, because you could make so many cool, like the classic Spider-Man story. I want to see it, like something with Spider-Man and Mephisto is bound to happen.
See, I've never read a Spider-Man Mephisto comic.
It's one that it pisses pretty much everyone off, where Aunt May is dying and Peter's like married to MJ and they're probably about to have a kid, and he makes a deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May's life.
What?
And Yeah.
Peter Parker
And
would never do such a thing.
Oh, yes, he would. And well, yeah, who knows? But in the comic, Mephisto's like, okay, but if you do that, you're going to forget about pretty much everything in your life these past few years. You're not going to be with MJ anymore. Everyone's going to forget your Spider-Man, because everyone at this point knew because of Civil War and shit like that.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's like, okay, it's to save Aunt May, who's probably going to die in a week anyway.
She's old as fuck. Let her die.
And that like rebooted Spider-Man, and everyone didn't like it. But
good, I agree.
What are you gonna do?
I don't like it either.
But there's a lot of cool stories that come out of it. But they're just like right now, kind of getting back to that same level where he's with MJ again. They're probably gonna do. I think they're married, or maybe he engaged. I think he proposed to her. Yeah, but that's just comics, you know. So. What were we even talking about? Fucking
Mephisto.
Mephisto and Spider-Man. Yeah, there we go.
They should get married. That's how I want to see get married.
Mephisto and Spider-Man together.
Or he can marry Mary Jane and she turns out to actually be Mephisto.
After like years, though, he's like, Peter, I was gonna reveal it sooner, but you know what? I just had such a great fucking time, man.
It's like, wait, I've been fucking Mephisto.
You enjoyed it too. I revealed myself plenty of nights.
Oh God, I've been eating that.
You're right, Mephisto.
I've been eating Mephisto's ass for the last 10 years.
And you liked it, Peter Parker.
You liked it.
I did.
Eat my ass, Peter.
Marvel, if you're listening, we're pitching this. It's a audio drama.
Oh God, the audio drama. I just wanted to bring it back to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes, we should.
Because there were a lot. I would say, honestly, it's funny how we had talked about the 5th episode, the opening fight with John Walker, Sam, and Bucky being one of the strongest, if not the strongest fight in the MCU. I got to say, from the point Sam flew into that building, he throws his shield in and grabs it back, and you first see him in the costume. I thought that was like...
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, his whole...
You felt it.
Yeah, you felt it. And his whole fight, even with Batroc, when, dude, he's taking out the helicopters and shit.
Oh, he
was doing sick combos. I love the part where he crashes the helicopter. He saves that police officer. And the helicopter's about to hit him. And he uses the shield and the wings to form that cover.
To protect him on the bridge. Yeah,
dude. I thought that was sick.
And everyone cheers. It's so cool.
Everyone's cheering. I also like at the... Yeah. Yeah, no, he had some sick combos. He also, I don't know if you caught it, he had literally a Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America move against Batroc. He didn't say it, of course, but it was the charging star move.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, literally when it happened, I was like, nice, charging star.
Yeah, dude, that was sick.
Yeah.
Or what does he say? Stars and stripes?
Yeah, stars and stripes. He goes on that like punching combo. Yeah, but dude, he had some sick moves. He also, when him and Batroc are fighting, and he fucking kicks up the shield to like block that one hit from Batroc.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. His fight scenes were amazing.
And he uses the jets on his jetpack, or I guess on his wings to like create more pressure. He's got 2 red wings, or at least he has a new red wing. He has 2
red wings. He fucking, when he's fighting Carly and he uses his wings to like brace himself.
Yeah, that was great. Oh yeah, they stick
it to the ground. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just like the nerd in me felt very paid off by the finale.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I agree. So,
and that's why I liked Mortal Kombat, because I felt like the finale and Mortal Kombat were both very lore accurate, and like if you pay attention to details in the comic books, you'll like that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Falcon and Winter Soldier definitely had that going for it, and I think MCU in general is great at, you know, making you feel. But it was just, again, my main problem with the last episode was, I guess the biggest thing was Bucky and that old man. Like, I wanted maybe 5 more minutes of that at least.
Yeah, because he literally tells him, he's like, I murdered your son. And then that's it. Like, you don't see his response. I want to see the old man. Like, what did he say?
Yeah.
Dude, he's drinking himself to death in that. That chick was pouring him
sake. Yeah, he was doing straight sake. He was like, I'm going to
drink down the pain.
Kill myself.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what he said to Bucky. Was he like, thanks for telling me? Or like get the fuck out?
Wait, so you've been pretending to be my friend.
I've had you over at my house. We played Scrabble together. Yeah, no, I agree.
Or just him being like, yeah, Pete, it's cool, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I got complete closure now.
I have like 6 other kids. I didn't even really like him that much.
Yeah, he was my least favorite.
I just
he was making me. He was charging my credit card to every nice hotel.
Yeah,
he stayed in.
exactly.
You did me a favor that
night. Murdering my son.
he ruined. He had to. Oh man, he ruined the lock on that door when he was trying to get in with the key.
Dude,
remember he was so scared he scratched it.
Just being like, hell yeah, brother, dapping him up. You're one bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I just yeah, I really like the end. I'm glad Carly died and didn't live. Also, fuck her. I wouldn't have any sympathy for her. I didn't have any sympathy for her if she'd be told.
But wait, how? This is what I didn't get. She has the super soldier serum, and she can't heal from gunshot wounds.
No, yeah, I agree with that because if truth be told, especially in the movies, also in the comics, Captain America gets shot and dies with like a sniper rifle.
Yeah, I guess.
And also in the movies, he actually never got shot with a bullet. I think if you shoot Captain America in the head, regardless of super soldier, he's dying.
No, but she got shot in the chest.
She's a bitch. She's a pussy.
And in the stomach, I mean.
She's a child.
No,
yeah, she's a child.
So the super soldier serum doesn't let you heal. I thought
also,
Cap heals.
I mean, I get that she was like
but from bullet wounds?
Supposed to be a strong leader and stuff like that. But what does it say about her squad that they're just like, yo, this 16-year-old, this is who we invest our lives in.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
She speaks for them. I don't know. Or her mom. I think her mom wasn't her. Wait, who did they have a funeral for?
Madani, Lady Madani or some shit. Mama Madani.
Oh, gotcha. But it wasn't her mom. It was just someone.
It was their. Remember, they were all orphans, and she took care of them.
Right. Okay. So I guess that's why it is. She kind of rallies the orphans. Like they look to her.
This is what I'm saying. Orphans have always been a problem from day one.
Jake, you're an orphan.
Yeah, and I got adopted. Look what a nuisance I am.
You turned us into podcasters,
exactly.
you monster.
One podcast, one people. You think I just want more followers for the gram? I have an evil, sinister plan, my commies.
Commies,
exactly. You're like, oh, dude, that's just a witty name. Nah, dude, I'm playing the long con here.
Dude, Jake would be the villain.
I relate to Baron Zemo.
yeah.
I would be Baron Zemo.
Yeah, you would be Baron Zemo.
I thought I'm Zemo and Jake's John Walker. Now we're switching it.
Well, John Walker was a hero in the end, so I'm down to be John Walker still.
I feel like Jake, like John Walker's character, teeters that line of hero and villain.
Yeah. He teetered.
I feel like
I don't think he would do a full heel turn.
Yeah.
Anthony, I feel like you're a good guy. And
Cool.
I feel like
Is Zemo a good guy?
No. I don't think Anthony's Zemo. In when we were casting the show.
Oh yeah, we're just kidding.
You know what I mean? But I think Anthony's more good than Jake. I think I have good intentions, but I'm just messy. You know what I mean?
Are you like the Hulk? Like as Bruce Banner, you mean well.
Yeah.
But like when you start partying and becoming a wild man, you just become this monster. You wake up after a night of drinking and doing drugs, and you're just like, "What the fuck happened?" And everyone's like, "Cody, you don't remember?" You like, think about it. How many of your stories is about you blacking out and not remembering, and your friends have to tell you?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. There's always something with you, Cody.
There's always something with you, Cody.
I feel like Cody's chaotic good. That's what he would line up as.
This is chaos magic, Cody.
I feel like
Jake, you're more like lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral?
Like you're more towards the dark side, but you're still like you have a reason for being dark,
disagree.
if that makes sense.
I don't think I'm more. I would be on the Avengers squad. I would fight the villains.
No, I don't think you would. That's why I didn't say you were.
I don't
evil.
think you'd be on the Avengers,
neutral.
Jake.
Oh, you don't think I make the cut for the Avengers?
No, it's not that I don't think you would want. I think your squad would be a more like X-Force, a more more like, you know what I mean? You're you're not
To
like
be honest, I would like to have like the Brotherhood. I'd like to be like a Magneto figure.
exactly. Yeah, just that's why you're not going to be on an adventure. You're like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if Magneto recruited you, you would say yes.
Oh, I would say yes. If I was a
Jake would
mutant
be
and Magneto said come to the Brotherhood, I'd be like done.
yeah, Jake would be a X-Force, a Brotherhood, a Thunderbolts-esque character,
Yeah.
a Suicide Squad character. You know what I mean?
I'd be down with that. I'd like to be the member in the Suicide Squad that fucks over everyone at the end of the mission.
Yeah, we know.
How many times has he been like, I can't wait to Zuckerberg you guys?
Yeah. Again, you voluntarily made yourself Zuckerberg. You could go ahead and do that.
Dude.
Look, man. Sorry that I aspire to succeed.
Dude, yeah, but he's just an android now.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's the evil Data from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. He really is.
You know what I really liked at the end of Falcon Winter Soldier was like literally right at the end credits when it said Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
There were just like honestly, there were like a
good.
few cheesy moments that I don't know, it depends how you look at it, but like after Anthony Mack or fucking he like lifts the truck, whatever.
Yeah, that was
and
great.
that one dude's like, yeah, that's Black Falcon. He's like, nah, it's Captain America.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, it's Captain America. Dude, is it cool? Even Bucky, he's like, good job, Cap.
Yep.
I was like, nice. I was like, it's cool to see like everyone acknowledge like passing the mantle. Like Captain America cannot be given to you by the government. You have to earn that shit.
No, he's not I mean, he is a government soldier. He's also so much more than a government appointed.
And then going back to the speech, you knew that he knew that the cameras were on and the world was watching him, but it didn't change at all but what he was saying. I don't know, like Anthony Mackie pulled that off. It's like really subtle, I guess, but it's like he's there giving that speech, talking to these UN people, all these senators, but the cameras are on him. Everyone's watching him. And he's saying like what Isaiah Bradley needs to hear, what the world needs to hear. And I thought I'll say this, I meant to say it before. I think it was better than any speech that Chris Evans has given as Cap so far.
I agree. I definitely agree. And also,
for sure.
I think I agree with your point that like he knew the camera's on and he was talking. I think also because he was making specific eye contact with that senator, the bald-headed dude, and telling them, he's like, you guys have the power. Like, so I agree. It didn't feel like it was a pandery speech to the people around him. It felt like he was having a straight up conversation, regardless of whether or not those cameras were there. He would still have said that shit to them,
Yeah.
And I agree. It's probably a hard thing to pull off. And Anthony Mackie, dude, who's also, I didn't know this, but he's like a Juilliard alum.
Nice.
Which means he's like legit trained. I don't know if you guys, the first time I ever saw Anthony Mackie was actually in a movie before 8 Mile. It's called Sucker Free City. And it's cool because it's a very little known Spike Lee movie. And Sucker Free City, I guess, is a nickname for San Francisco.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's about like crime. And it's like the three main characters in Sucker Free City are Anthony Mackie, this Asian guy and this white guy, and it talks about like just the dynamic in it. And dude, it's sick. Anthony Mackie plays he plays like this reluctant gangbanger.
Like, I think how old is it? It's like
at this
like
point,
probably
close to like 10 years old. Yeah, it came out. It also didn't get that much play, and it's like the first time I ever saw it, it just happened to be on like some channel. And then when it said directed by Spike Lee, I was like, oh, what?
It's like a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, dude, it's great, though. I love it. And that was like the first thing I ever saw him in. He was young, too.
That's crazy. I didn't...
And it's a Spike Lee movie, right? Does it say that? Is it directed by Spike Lee?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. It was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, I got to check it out. Oh, it was for Showtime.
There we go.
It was supposed to be a pilot for a Showtime series, but they didn't pick the series up.
Dude, it just has like easily one of the best endings with the best song. It's also one of those movies where like, oh, wow, like Spike Lee has range,
Oh, it's an hour and 50 minutes, and you could actually watch it on YouTube. So there you go.
Oh, dude.
Might check it out later.
I would check it out. It's really cool. And it's so different.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it a lot.
Well, guys, I think we should wrap this episode up.
Catch y'all later.
Take us out?
Wait, yeah, we got it. You're pulling a Jake? All right, see ya. We'll wrap this episode up without you, dude.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Comics and Chronic. Hope you enjoyed it. God knows we enjoy you. And,
Hey, wait, whoa.
What?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, how many Joe Pesci's?
Ooh, I'm going to give it, I would say 5 or 6 Joe Pesci's.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 5. 5 Joe Pesci's.
5 Joe Pesci's is kind of, maybe even 5.5.
Okay,
But
I'll go with 5.5 Joe Pesci's
Fair.
also.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Joe Pesci, fucking
All right.
Winter Soldier.
Dude,
Joe Pesci should have been the
has
power
spirits.
broker.
Oh, dude. Joe Pesci should just play.
For powers.
You want to be a super soldier, you stupid prick?
Joe Pesci should have been Sharon Carter.
Dude, you know what
blonde wig.
You know what it should have been? It should have been, you know how Sharon Carter has that mask shit from Winter Soldier?
Oh, yeah.
It should have been like, hey, what are you doing here? And then it's like, hey, it's me, Sharon.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Thanks for tuning in. Click subscribe. Check out our podcasts on all the platforms. You can also now find us on Pandora.
Oh, yeah. Open Pandora's box. And
Open
listen to
Pandora's
us.
box.
Wow.
Let it roll.
Woo, 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 woo.
See you next week. Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake F.H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo.
Peace.